He's so right. Oh my gosh. Cheers. Hello everyone and welcome back to Blend and Chat.
Blend and Chat.
Blend and Chat.
I'm Blend, that's Chat.
I am the chat. We have a super special guest with us today. This is Dudley Rutherford. That's how you say it, right?
Yeah, Dudley Rutherford.
It's
hard to
say. He's the senior pastor here at Shepherd of the Hills. We are in Porter Ranch.
Ooh.
Being the senior pastor, it makes me want to call you Senor Dudley.
Senor Dudley.
How does that cannot stick?
I don't know if anyone's ever called me that.
We're at Pillars Cafe, which is actually on the lot of Shepherd of the Hills. They just opened up, and it's a really nice space. Actually, they have beautiful lighting. They have like a bookstore and gift shop and everything.
And a restroom. You have a restroom.
They even have a restroom, which is something that I love. I use the restroom a lot. And they have coffee. My favorite thing on this, one of my favorite things on this planet. God's gift to man. Is
Cheers.
Coffee. Cheers. What did you get?
I got what you got. Mm-hmm. An almond latte. Did you ask for an extra shot?
I made sure that there were 2 shots of espresso.
Oh yeah. You just made sure there were 2.
Yeah, because I like a really strong.
She needs coffee.
Yeah, I haven't had my coffee today yet, actually, so I've been holding out.
Look, 1 cup for me,
and then
2 cups for her.
It's a problem that I will not address.
She calls this 1 cup.
That is 1 cup.
See, 1 cup in each hand. There you go.
Yeah, exactly. You have 2 hands for a reason, guys.
I only drink 1 cup per hand per day.
No, I mean, why limit yourself?
2 cups. That's a good line.
All right, so, Senor Dudley.
Daniel Chat.
I'm curious as to how you first started drinking coffee. Like, what got you drinking coffee?
Well, to be honest with you, I never really drank coffee. I never did drugs either. Did I ever tell you that story?
Coffee is a drug. It's my drug
I
of
never
choice.
did drugs either. I just never got into it at all. But my wife, Renee, she cannot live without coffee. And it's like an everyday thing. She wakes up, she drinks coffee, she plugs the coffee maker in, and every time we go anywhere, we have to stop first to a coffee shop, and she needs a cup of coffee to go. And I just never drank the coffee. I could never figure out the reason behind it, why people would like it. And one day, the Lord, just kind of spoke to me and said, Dudley, you need to do it just because she likes to do it. If she loves this so much, because I'm involved in a lot of sports and I do stuff, and she's not really into all the sports stuff. And so I said, we got to do something that we have in common. So I thought, all right, it's coffee. I'm gonna dive in. I'm not sure I'm gonna like this. I'm never gonna get any enjoyment out of it, but I'm gonna do it just to help her out, just so we can sit around and drink coffee. So
what a great husband.
I started, and I have fallen in love with it, and now I want to have it every day, and we sit around and we talk and we drink coffee, and it's been really a joy. And I now see why people are not only just addicted to it, but there's different flavors and different ways to have it, and so it's just been a lot of fun, and I've enjoyed the process. And then when I heard you had this little YouTube thing, I said, hey, let's do it. Let's have a little talk here at Pillars, which you can see right here. See Pillars.
Oh yeah, they have their own sleeves.
Oh yeah, baby. I didn't want to bore anybody with that story, but
you can't bore anyone when you're talking about coffee. I mean, that's my personal opinion.
One cup per day per hand.
1 cup per day per What is your go-to pickup since you've had this new
I'm a little embarrassed to tell you.
I'm excited for this. You started to tell me. I was like, wait, no, save it. I want to know what this is.
It really is embarrassing. I like going through Jack in the Box, and they have an iced mocha. And it's coffee with chocolate and ice, and they have the perfect blend.
Jack in the Box.
I find myself looking for Jack in the Box drive-thrus to go there and get their large iced mocha, and it's coffee and chocolate, us all in there together. So my go-to spot is Jack in the
Box.
It's really bad, but I do it like almost every day.
Really?
Yes, I do. But since I've started going there, that iced mocha at Jack in the Box has other names we won't mention, but
I don't know what those names are.
give it a shot. Your listeners know the other names for it.
Senor Dudley.
Yes.
How did you, I guess, not fall into ministry? Because from what I understand is that your family has been in it since the beginning of time.
That's a long time. No, no, I'm a third generation. So my dad and my grandfather were both ministers, and my dad, he's in his 80s now. My grandfather died a long time ago.
Your dad's a sharp guy too.
He's a good guy. He's a funny guy. But I was in the 9th grade. I was in church on a Sunday night, sitting in the back of the church. I was not listening. I was not paying attention. I was back there with my buddies. We're goofing off in church, which is what kids do. And my dad was preaching. I didn't hear a single word he said. I couldn't tell you what the sermon was. But at the end of the sermon, we have an invitation time where people stand and are given a chance if they want to come forward and make a decision. And while we were standing, not having heard a single word, during that invitation, I just had the Spirit of God, the voice of God spoke to me, and in my heart told me I was supposed to be a minister, and I actually stepped forward in that service as a 9th grader. And my dad's looking at me like, why are you coming forward? You didn't listen to a single word I said today. But the Spirit of God was working in my life, and I said, Dad, I've come to dedicate my life to be a minister, which is so funny because I hadn't been listening at all. I wasn't even paying attention. But something happened from that moment on. I just knew I was going to be a minister, and it was what God wanted me to do. And even all the way through high school, when all my buddies were out really getting in trouble, I was preparing my life, to go to Bible college and to be a minister. And I still played basketball and did a lot of extracurricular activities at church and school. I was determined to go to Bible college. I never really wavered from that. A couple times I thought about going and playing basketball, but God always led me right back to being in the ministry. So I've been here for like 30 years here at this church in LA, and it's one of the best churches in LA as far as I'm concerned.
I mean, I would agree with you.
If you've never been, you need to come visit. See, what we do is we give people coffee so they can stay awake during the sermon. Yeah! That's what we do.
Good game plan. That's smart. That's really impressive. So basically what's crazy is that you're doing something that 9th grade you decided that you wanted to do.
At 9th grade. It's all good.
It is all good.
It's all good.
What else is good is April 1st. And some people like to play jokes on that day. And you strike me as a kind of joke
I pulled one today.
Like, what'd you do?
A buddy of mine, I cycle and he wrecked. And he actually he wrecked into me. He hit me. He made the mistake and he crashed. And he's got this bruise. I'm not making this up. This bruise on his leg is that big. His entire leg is bruised. And so I sent that photo. He took a photo of it, and I sent it to my daughter. My daughter, her name's Kayla. I was having lunch with her today, and I sent that picture to her husband, which is my son-in-law, and I said, don't tell Kayla, because he would assume that I was the one that wrecked, that this was a picture of my leg, and I wanted him to think that I had crashed on my bike, which is a terrible thing to do. He thought it was me, and I said, no, it's not me, it's someone else. But you should never make fun of other people's injuries. But the guy was okay. His leg looked really, really bad.
Make sure that
I will send you a picture of it, and if you want to actually put it on air.
Actually, yes.
Really? You want to see it?
I want to see it.
Oh, it's worse than you can imagine.
I like those kinds of things.
You want me to show it to you now, or you want to just put it on air later?
Both.
Okay.
I don't want to wait. Oh.
You want to wait?
No, I don't want to wait.
Oh, this is...
I get to see it
now,
right now.
Did I not say it's worse than what you imagined?
You did. Okay.
And it's just a leg bruise. And how big did I say it was?
This big.
Yeah. You think I'm exaggerating?
Just a leg bruise.
Oh, this is going to be...
Curious. All those broken blood though. He's so right. Oh my gosh.
This is a leg bruise. See if they can see it on air. Because he's going to be mad if I show this to you. So I sent it to someone and made them think it was me today. It was
It's like-
but it was my buddy.
All the blood vessels in his leg just gave up. That's what he gets for running into you. I'm just kidding. I'm glad he's okay. Oh, Easter. I know you've just been stressing about it so much. As you mentioned, you lost all your hair from it. So this is beautiful tresses that just cascade from his head.
I used to have dreadlocks, but I
My
don't.
husband has dreadlocks.
Well, I don't have them on me.
He's gonna keep them there though.
He needs to keep them as long as he can.
Shepherd has like a huge, I don't even know, you know about this more than I do. Basically what I'm saying is, one, how do you prep for that service? Because there's so many people. Because, you know, like Easter is one of those holidays where, like, even if you don't go to church, a lot of families will come, you know, to church on Easter or Christmas or whatever. So you've got to prepare for a lot of people.
Yeah. We'll have close to 20,000 people.
Oh my gosh.
And so there's a lot of pressure. I'm not going to lie. I have pressure when I get up to preach anyway, but when I realize how many people are going to come that Sunday. And so I will start. I've actually done a lot of work already on that sermon, but on Monday I start serious work. So it's 2 weeks. I have 2 weeks because I have a guest speaker next weekend, Dr. Jerry Taylor. And I always have a guest speaker the week before, and that gives me 2 weeks to get ready for that sermon where normally I only have one.
Right.
And I pray and I stress and you know, it's the same story, but there's many different ways to tell the story. But since I've been here for 30 years, I've told it in 30 different ways.
Yeah, you gotta try and like always find something.
So I want to always try to find something new and something exciting. And we're talking about hope. We're in a series right now, and that's our theme for the year, just offering people hope. We just want to encourage everybody that no matter what you're going through, that there's hope. So we do a lot of work, a lot of prep, just from the artwork to the volunteers to having enough coffee, the trams, stuff for the children, you know, programs for the children. We tasted today earlier in here. I walked in here and they had a little tray of all, like maybe 6 or 7 different types of baking goods. Like they had little chocolate, they had almond stuff, and they had stuff with strawberries, but it was really bread. Difficult. It was all different types of bread that had been cooked, and they were sampling it today. So I got to come sample today.
It's like wedding cake tasting, but
yes,
the wedding.
But it was all for Easter, for the Easter services. So there are people working for months just getting ready for what's going to happen here in a couple weeks.
But I think something that's great though is that even though it's a lot of people, everyone's kind of coming there for like the same reason, because they're there like with an open mind and an open heart. Otherwise, I'm assuming that they wouldn't be there. So if I would feel like, I've never spoken in front of 20,000 people, I would feel like speaking to those people would relieve some kind of pressure, because if they don't know you, then there's no expectations. Or if they do know you, then they just expect that you're going to do your very best.
There's always someone who listens and thinks this is the best sermon they've ever heard in their life, and there's always someone who says that is the worst sermon I have ever heard in my life. How did you ever get out of Bible college?
But I mean, put it this way: like, you've been doing it for how many years, and people still come back. Like, numbers are getting bigger.
Yes.
So you got to be doing something right.
I wouldn't wish getting up there in front of all those people to my worst enemy. It's a lot. It's too much pressure.
Well, I think that you're doing a great job, but that's just me. Even if it doesn't affect you at all, it's just one opinion. But
your opinion matters.
Sure, but I mean, I'm pretty sure when you're up there talking to 20,000 people, you're not going to be like, Danielle's opinion.
Danielle, she's falling asleep again. Danielle, wake up. You're sleeping. Wait.
That'll be the center.
We're just in the first point of the sermon.
I didn't stop at pillars beforehand. I guess we can wrap this up. But you just had a birthday.
I did just have a birthday.
You have a very young spirit, and you are a very young individual. So I just want to know what you do to stay young,
in great shape,
to keep those, you know.
It's all smoke and mirrors. No, I like to cycle. You know, I got into that, and
because you're very fit. You're a fit dude.
I'm a pretty fit guy. I'm gonna probably fall over dead here like 2 steps over here.
After I'm gone, though, so no.
Yeah, I live every day knowing it could be my last, especially the way people drive in California, and where you get too close to the cyclist and run us over all the time. It is dangerous, though. Don't ever start, okay?
I won't.
Don't start. Just stay.
I do kung fu, so that's my
Stay in
My
the
fitness.
cycling class.
Well, guys, Dudley is a very busy fella, so I just want to thank you again so much for coming on Blend and Chat. We finally made it happen.
I know. I'm so glad you came, and I hope everyone will come visit Pillars.
Yep.
And
Pillars Coffee.
Pillars in Porter Ranch.
Pillars in Porter Ranch, and I'll put all of the information down below. So thank you again so much,
Thank you.
and I will see you guys soon. Bye.
Peace out.